Hello, I'm back. I'm alive. It's been a busy week for me in real life. It's been a lot of work. The Queen died. So yeah, me and the partner have been busy, but we are back and we're going to be doing some more Oxygen Not Included tonight. Hi Leofar, how you doing? Yes, sadness. The Queen died. Things are happening. We're living in history, I suppose. This is certainly the first time that a British monarch has died while I've been alive. That is a thing. So yeah, let's jump into the game and hopefully nobody dies in the game. Was I even talking then? I think I was. Did I just mute my mic? Whatever. Right. We're okay. Did you hear the start of my speech, or did I just completely trail off into nothing? Right, there we go. So, everyone in the base is sleeping nice and sound. We did build the SPOM yesterday. I'm not muted, Jack. I know I'm not muted. Yes. How you doing, Jack? I'm back. We're alive. The Queen is not, which is very sad. But yes, we have a SPOM. We also have steam coming up here and some damaged... What's damaged? Is it the pipe that's damaged? Doesn't look like it. Maybe it's just a wire. No, there isn't a wire there. This wire is overloaded. That's not very good. I think we have managed to find just about all of the regular wire, though. And we've either fixed it or removed it. So this is just actual overloading the conductive wire now. So today what we're going to do is we're going to hook everything up to the transformers. We're going to build more transformers. We're going to hook everything up properly. And then we're going to cool the base and all the oxygen stuff. That's the plan. But yeah, sadly there is no music at the moment. There we go. The game music will come back tomorrow, I presume. Right, so I need to actually think about hooking up these wires. I also need to remember how to play this game. So this stuff over here, right. The pump actually isn't powered. That's fine, because we no longer need this pump to work. What happened? What happened? The Queen died. The Queen of England died yesterday. Actually, yeah, it was yesterday. Yeah, because yeah, like there was news for about 1 o'clock, and then they did the announcement at 6:30. What happens now? Charles is king. They have a coronation. They have a funeral. Not much really. We probably get a bank holiday in like a couple of weeks. I know a lot of like sporting and music events got cancelled to pay respects. So I'm sure all the people who were working on those are really happy. Yes, let's actually separate this. So that steam turbine can go into this line. I don't think we're going to run the manual generators too much. So we can just hook this up here. And that can go like that. I suspect, now that Charles is the king, a lot of countries might... Oh man, we need to refill our sweetles. A lot of countries might decide to reconsider whether the Queen or the monarch of the United Kingdom is the head of state or not. I imagine there will be some thoughts about that in a lot of countries. And my girlfriend, well, fiance, she works for civil service, so I'm sure that's affecting her job in a few subtle ways. But overall, I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. We're all just going to be quite sad. Right, so we got 3 different pumps here. I think only one of these is going to be used at a time. So let me do something like this. I think if we keep all of this stuff hooked up here, we can power this with one line. This line is going to be constantly used, so we don't want to put anything else on here. This line is about... I'll probably get to like 2 kilowatts of continuous usage, so we can hook this up like this. That should be fine. I need to priority 9 all this wire. Yeah, there we go. Priority 9, I need new wire. And then these steam turbines, they can all go into the next producer. They're probably going to produce about 300 watts each. So we'll just send everything to transformers for now, just to make sure it all works. And then we'll rejig the wires in a minute. Yeah, Sarah was at a friend's yesterday, and they were all very sad about the news. So yeah, that's why there was no stream yesterday. So we were resolving that situation. So let's see. Are these all consumers? They won't all be consumers. We've got some producers over here. We can probably hook those up onto a separate wire fairly quickly. I just need to get this connected first. There we go. Actually, what I will do is separate these. We need to put some bridges in here. And for a while, I guess a few things probably aren't going to work while we're getting all this hooked up. Yeah, send that like this. But yeah, my aim for today is to wrap up this planet as much as I can. And then the seed will be the save will be in a pretty good spot for if we decide to continue it or if we decide to go with the new playthrough. Because I am very keen to actually start this 1 dupe per planet challenge. I think it's going to be a nice change of pace. But I do want to make sure that the second planet is actually a good state. And we will continue this playthrough in future. We may alternate it with the other one. So yeah, we've got all the producers over here. I think what I want to do is I want to take the coal plants and put them on a separate line as well. So we're going to need at least 1 more of these. And again, I think I just want to centralize all the power in the base. So remove that. These can go down here. I hate the plants so much. They just get in the way of me actually building all of this. We got some music back now that it's nighttime. And we do have half the dupes on our nighttime schedule, so we should constantly have people working on this. We haven't got any other construction work in the base at the moment. So this seems fine. So we aren't getting any... We aren't actually getting any water going up here because the pipe is confused. So what's going on? It's because... because we're connected down here, let's separate this off. Yeah, now that will flow properly. We only needed a little bit of water to get this started. In fact... Oh, no, we are trying to consume that water. Something... I think we need to put a bridge... We need to put a bridge in. Over here. So what I should actually do is... bridge this. Although, obviously, this is a little bit messy, so we'll clean it up in a minute. There we go. Still need more sweetles by the looks of it. We need one more. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna be generating some hydrogen power with all of this. We're gonna have cooling in here. I want to just make a nice sort of self-contained brick. Like maybe we just pump the oxygen through. Well, we've got the pipes through here for the coolant already. We'll probably use them to cool this room as well. We'll need another steam turbine slash aqua tuner. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that directly above these ones. We'll keep this ladder going down here, and then we'll try and fit all the hydrogen plants in like a column, maybe. That would look nice. That would look different from the other ones. These don't need to be priority 9 anymore. That's at least priority 5. Yeah, that one's priority 5. That one could be priority 5. That's good. Obviously, we're not actually pumping any of this water out yet. That's fine. What's going on now? Why is this pipe confused? That's bizarre. That's very bizarre. Why is that working like that? That pump isn't powered, but I would have thought that both of them would pump. Maybe we just need to do it like this. That's kind of weird. I guess I was getting a little bit confused. Yeah, we've given them a lot of stuff to do. And I probably turned a lot of stuff off by accident. So, yeah, the sooner we can get this all done, the better. Also, I ran out of granite. That's mildly annoying. Let's cancel this. We'll rebuild this out of granite. I want everything to look the same. That's why I have this mod. There we go. Why is it? Oh, hold on. Why is this pipe broken? Why do we have steam in here? Okay, now I'm very confused. So my guess is that the rock is too hot and it wasn't cooling properly. Oh, good grief. We're going to have to go fix this again. We've got 850 kilograms of steam in here. This is going to be a huge pain. I don't think there's any way around this, though. Well, I need this to pump somewhere. Whatever the case is, we need all the steam out of here. So pump all the steam out of there. That's probably going to break a few pipes. We do just need to get it all out of this room, though. So now the liquid isn't going to flow, so this is going to get too hot. This already is too hot. So I need to switch this off. I need to empty this. I literally... Oh. That's not all this. Okay. I guess we're just kind of used to this. I'm annoyed this is broken again. Yeah, turn the auto sweeper off. Yes, yes, yes. I'm aware things are not working. I'll just empty all of this. That is... Oh my god, that is loads of igneous rock. That needs to be swept right away somewhere, I don't care where. That's going to melt the naphtha. You need to grab that immediately and put that somewhere. I can't believe this is broke. I can. This pipe was just slowly breaking over time. I didn't catch it. There's still the big heat in here. Yeah, this is all overheating now. Hold on. It'll be one of those days. Yeah, that naphtha's gonna boil at some point. I did not design this thing for if this vent broke. Need to be able to let people in here. I need to sweep this out. So hopefully Gosman is actually coming to do this. Yes, good, good, good. Stop this from breaking. The naphtha doesn't evaporate, that'll be good. Okay. That's fine. It's at least not destroyed. This part is still working. But obviously this is going to cool down, so we need to disconnect this as well. So we'll stop the petroleum boiling for now. We need to get in here and repair this. So we have a vacuum in here. How are we going to get in here without leaching all the steam out? Because there's a lot of steam pressure in here. I mean, if this all condenses into water, it should fill up this sort of region. So we probably could just dig into here. Let's try it. Sorry, other planet, we're gonna have to come back to you. This is less urgent. Oh, blimey. We'll be okay. This isn't gonna overheat now, so it's not like this isn't reload worthy. It's because the rock was getting slightly too hot, and then the salt water that was merging here was actually higher than condensation temperature. Or evaporation temperature, rather, so yeah, that's not very good. Right, so what I want to do is something like this. We want all the heat to leach out of this bit, for all the steam to condense into water. And then we can open this tile up, and then we can just go in here and fix this. and open it up again. So that should actually work. Who is scolding? You should not be going in there anymore. Get out of there. Get out of there, both of you. Well, I mean, you can grab the sulfur if you want, but it's not very sensible. Okay. Sometimes it just happens. So that is going to take a while to conduct all that heat away. What I could do is I could deconstruct this as well. Oh no, then the steam's all going to explode out of here. So we could put in some naphtha. Let's see. Oh boy. We do need to keep dumping salt water out of here. So what we do is we do this. That should be fine. And we can deconstruct all of this. And then we can put a tile here. A bottle emptier here. Drop some naphtha there. I might as well deconstruct these as well. Because I think we're going to leave this naphtha here permanently just in case we need to get back in here. Obviously we'll insulate... Oh no, we'll have to insulate it, won't we? If we put an insulated tile here, we should be fine. Deconstruct this. Then ladder up here. Right, so now we just need to deconstruct the vent. That is fine. Yeah, pumping all the petroleum out of here. This didn't break. This volcano isn't going to erupt for a while, so that's good. It should actually be relatively straightforward to fix. The hard part is going to be... Oh, actually, I can just put this here. I don't need a tile there. It's fine. It looks more sensible anyways. So then we put a blob of naphtha here. Then we can open this up. Dump some ice in here or something to help cool this all down. Some of the heat is leaking out anyways, but it's going to take an absolute age. Because the chlorine has no heat capacity. So we need to get in here and remove heat ourselves. But this should be fine. Yeah, you can repair this. The naphtha is too hot. It's going to cool down though, so that's fine. Then we need to put more naphtha here. This room is now a vacuum again. That's good. I'm sure we've accidentally broken some other things. I think some pipes are broken because of the steam. I think what I actually need to do is I need to put, I need to rebuild this. I don't know why I ever got rid of that. But that way we can vent this room independently of this random steam pipe. Yeah, fixing stuff. And then when this is done, we'll go back and fix the other planet. This is overheating now because the amount of petroleum is low. That's fine. Well, it's not, but I mean, we can't help it. We'll just not repair that one because that's probably not going to sort itself out anytime soon. Who's going to do this? A few people are. Someone's starving. I don't think they are. So a couple of gas pipes are broken. That was expected, to be honest. So all this steam is now going to burst. Great. I really should have hooked it up to a different pipe first rather than try and run it along the main steam line. Like, that line is a low pressure line for a reason. So now it's all coming back here. We're going to get a lot of burst pipes. But people can handle it. I'm not too concerned. So long as someone is actually coming to fix this, I'll be fine. I need to get the water pumping through here again so these things don't keep getting damaged. That's not really helping us. Yeah, Max is on his way to do that. He's almost there. Okay. Yeah, there we go. There's some naphtha. It's a large amount. That'll do. And then we can deconstruct this. And we can build some temperature plates in here. And I'm just going to build these out of regular materials because I wanted to build temperature plates in here anyways. Let's see. So I guess this gives us a reason to come in here and do this. So what do we have? We have a lot. We don't have a lot of diamond. We can make them out of lead. We have a lot of lead. That'll probably be decent. We can make them out of obsidian. I think I'll just make them out of... Well, actually, if I make them out of lead, will they melt? They won't melt because that room will never get too hot. Yeah, we'll just make them out of lead. There we go. Actually, hold on. If I want these to... I want these to absorb some of this heat. I want them to retain a lot of heat capacity. So I want something with high heat capacity. So lead probably won't do. I'll just make these out of rock. Yeah, I'll make them out of granite. That's probably worth doing. That should absorb a lot of this heat. I suppose it doesn't matter now that we're doing this. Although the chlorine in here is going to get deleted by the steam pressure, I imagine. Maybe? Maybe not. Yeah, that got deleted immediately. Oh no, it's here. It's on the bottom. That will almost certainly get deleted at some point. Yeah, so now this is cooling down and getting pumped out of here. It's already getting pumped out of here. Now we just need to actually fix this. So let's just deconstruct it and rebuild it. It usually ends up being quicker for some reason. We have a lot of dupes, so this should happen fairly quickly. Hold on, why'd this break? Hold on. Why have we got sour... Why have we got sour gas in here? Why did that happen? Why did that explode? Okay, look. That was definitely not supposed to happen. That's not very cash money. We're gonna have to redump the naphtha in here? Yeah, we're gonna have to redump the naphtha in here. That's fine, this is broken anyways. We'll deconstruct all this stuff. Pump the sour gas out, reposition the naphtha. It'll be okay. Hi Poison Eater, how you doing? Our thing broke. The salt water that was being used to cool this got too hot and it broke the vent. So we are fixing that. And we're putting some temperature plates in because I forgot to do that in the first place. Excuse me. Right. Yeah, everything's been breaking today. We'll be okay though. So, actually the vent wasn't the thing that was broken, it was the pipe that was broken. So, insulated liquid pipe. Deconstruct and reconstruct that. We'll rebuild the vent, like that. And we'll need to pump all this gas out of here first. So we're just pumping it out here for now, and it's just, well, it's doing whatever it feels like doing. I don't think this is too broken to fix. The only issue is that the steam is conducting the heat with this at the moment, which is not good. Okay, so salt water. Okay, we need to rehook this up. We rebuild that pipe. Hopefully that'll be okay. Oh, now the gas pump is overheating because the steam is constantly getting heated. That's really not good. We need this to keep working, though. I feel like eventually it will stop overheating. Just because the gas volume will be too low for it to really exchange heat. Oh, I was hoping I wasn't going to have to do this all day. I don't think I am. This build was fun, but I think it ended up a bit too complicated. I think I need to make sure for all my future builds that I kind of focus on doing one thing. Because this machine has caused a lot of trouble. I mean, once we get the salt water pumping through here, that will help. Yeah, so that's going to get hooked through here again. It's going to burst immediately, but it shouldn't burst after this. That should recombine. Yeah, there we go. So we've got a little bit more steam pressure in here, but it's colder again, and it's being actively cooled now, so that's good. So now we rebuild these. We redump the naphtha in here. Although we have to do that once the steam is out of here. Okay. Well, I think I could reseal this. So let's just do that. Actually, let's remake this out of aluminium. I think everything just gets auto-swept out of here anyways. So that should be fine. And then if we need to get into here again, we can easily break through here. That shouldn't be too bad. I don't think there'll be any... There shouldn't be any diagonal heat exchanges, no temperature plates nearby. Also, in this bit, you picked an interesting place to build that tile from. I respect it. Okay. This room should vent fairly quickly. In the meantime, we are still actually fixing all of the wires on this planet. Slowly trying to get our electrolyzers hooked up. They are working and they're converting all this water into oxygen. But we need to hook up all of the actual power and stuff. So these wires are getting built. This one here should be getting built as well. People can reach that. There's not a huge amount of labor here, so I'm kind of not surprised things are taking a little while. And then in terms of power sources, they're all kind of conveniently on this in this one area. So I think what I need to do is disconnect that, disconnect that, disconnect that. We need to put these power consumers on their own lines. And these will generate enough power on their own to overload the thing. So I need to put these on their own line. And then the steam turbines can also be on their own line. So let's see. So we can just conductive wire bridge this. Then this wire can go up here. That wire can go up here. We can bridge this. Deconstruct some of these wires down here. Okay. And then... oh yeah. We'll need to connect the batteries up to. And then where am I going to send that wire? So it's going to go to this transformer. So I can come down here. And... well, that's inconvenient. I guess I'll send it down here. It's fine. It's not particularly clean, but I just need it to work. I want to do what I did for the other planet and just hook all of the power producers and consumers up to the same transformer bank. You can't actually get in here at the moment. So let's bring this wire over here. This is going to be very messy. In fact, I should unpause this while I'm doing this. So the dupes are actually building things. Oh, you know what? That would actually make sense. Let's do this one tile higher. Put it there instead. Then we'll go across like this. Put this over there. Then... oh, I'm a fool. I'm an absolute fool. It was correct in the first place because we can't bridge it directly next to the battery. That's irritating. Okay. We'll be fine. We imported a load of algae from the other planet anyway, so I'm not too concerned about survival. I just need to be able to fix stuff faster than it's breaking. So that's those producers. And then the steam wire can go over here. Oh, I'm really not... I'm not putting the mouse in the right place. There we go. This wire will get all the power from the steam turbines. And then I can send that... this is getting very messy. It's fine. It just needs to work. There we go. This needs to be steel. Okay, not that bit, just this bit. The rest of it can be lead. You know, just running wires past active volcanoes, that's definitely responsible electrical engineering right there. And then we need to hook this up on the other end too. So we can just extend this spine down one more layer. Go there. Put these in. I probably don't need a conductive wire, but I prefer using a conductive wire anyways. There we go. So when that wire is all finished, that should be everything in the colony hooked up. The only thing being, these suits aren't being charged at the moment, so gonna have to be careful about that. What have we got to print? Yeah, print some fruit. That sounds like a good idea. Let's go back here and see if this is still breaking. So this isn't still breaking, which is good. I wouldn't expect it to break at the moment because it's not actually getting heated by anything. We have removed all the steam. That's good. So let's fix this again. We need 2 blobs of naphtha. We'll put those in there like this. Gas pipes are broken. That's fine. Liquid pump is still overheating. Yeah, there's not a lot we can do about that one. We'll repair that once this is operational again. So things broke, but not in a way that we can't fix. Yeah, this is Friday. I'm glad to be finished with work. It's been a busy week. I'm planning all these site visits. I think I've got a pretty good schedule together now. I think we're going to fit them all within a year pretty well. So I think we're okay. I never got the lumps of rock out of these doors. That's fine. The doors aren't doing anything. Also, at least we got rid of enough of the steam pressure that we can actually, like, pump liquid into here and this isn't breaking. Like, we are actually getting rid of some of the water from this pipe now. We've actually been consuming this with the electrolyzers. I've set it to only send 2 kilograms at the moment because that's the amount that we're putting in. And it does seem to be enough. Like, some of our other producers have activated again. Like, this steam vent is activated again. So we're okay for now. Yeah, let's put some naphtha in here. Everything in here is a pretty reasonable temperature, so we should be okay. I'm Sean Connery. I'm still not used to the new OBS interface. I feel like I'm missing elements. I don't know, maybe I'm alright. Yeah, there's the naphtha. So... that was an odd colour for some naphtha. I put 2 in because I want to make sure it all spreads out evenly. Because the naphtha is very viscous. So we can remove this one now. Then we can just put all the stuff back in here. Except I won't need the automation thing because that switch did functionally nothing, so we won't bother replacing that. Who's gonna dump in here? Stinky. It's fine. So we just need a conveyor loader in here. We made of steel. Thankfully we didn't have to move all this rock, so we should still be able to boil some more petroleum. How full actually is the tank? This is getting quite full. That's good. I just want a nice big tank of petroleum so that when we start actually doing stuff with petroleum, we're not going to run out anytime soon, based on all the shenanigans that we've been getting up to. There's Stinky. He's got the goods. How much naphtha is that? That should do. Yeah, we can get rid of this. We can just put the auto sweeper in and then that should all work again. I'll need to set this to a different value. Let's build it first. So let's not build that out of gold. Let's build that out of steel. We'll wrangle some more Drecos. One of each. I'm very glad that this room is working now. Although I do need to actually be able to shear some of these guys. Well, I don't need to, but I should have designed that capability in, really. Just coming to do this. May, where are you? You're in the tube. You're not going to be very long. How many critters are in here now? 290. So the number is going down. Again, that's good. Good stuff. You know, it'd be really helpful if you built this as well, but you're not a mechanical engineer, so I guess it can't be too bad. Or a mechatronics engineer. How's all this going? Atmosuit docks are down, which means no one can actually build any of this, which is what's needed to actually run these atmosuit docks. So that could be challenging. I mean, you do have access to all the leads, so you might as well just get all this stuff actually built first. And then we'll think about this. You have got stuff to do. Oh, you're actually just doing the plastic at the moment. What priority is that? That's priority 5. Let you do that for a little minute. Come on, Harold. There you are. I've summoned Harold. We've got a room full of Harolds, a room full of one Harold. So that's set to above, I think. And then we just need to set this, so I'm just going to set this to anything. Get all this stuff out of here. So we dumped the hot igneous rock back in there. So that is going to get cooled again. So we're going to get hot salt water coming out of here. That's going to be super heated, which is fine because this thing is working properly. And then it's all going to merge in here. Well, actually, it's all going to get dumped in here through the vent, so it never merges. So that is good. So how much are we actually dumping in? We are dumping in... Got this set to 3,000. What I could do is I could set this to a higher number and then just fill this room with steam again. I think this is fine. I think this room is going to slowly fill with steam again. I'm just not going to fiddle with that. Excuse me. I did it. I got some more cream soda. I'm okay though. Right, let's turn this... Oh, let's... What temperature is this? Let's turn this back on. Probably not at full whack. Let's just try and replace this pump as soon as possible, and hopefully this will work. And then we can devote all of our attention to the other planet again. But yeah, provided this room doesn't overpressurize, we should be fine. So you know what, I'm actually going to set this to 2,000 just so that it doesn't overpressurize ever. That should be fine. So now we can just rebuild this. And it shouldn't overheat because the crude oil is now conducting. And initially this is going to get overwhelmed. Because it's just not really doing anything at the moment. Heat should get sucked out of this fairly quickly. This is set to 3000 again. It may end up being okay, but I don't want to chance it really. It's going to take a little while to cool down. The petroleum is flowing again. Yeah, I think we're okay. You can do it, Otto, I believe in you. I probably didn't actually need to be yellow alert. Good old steel pump. I think this is all working correctly now, so we shouldn't have to come back to this. I think the reason this broke... So this could have broke for two reasons. Either this room overpressurized, or... Yeah, I think it had to be that, because if the room wasn't overpressurizing, like, no matter what the temperature of this liquid is, because it's being dumped on the vent at the junction, it should never actually explode. Like, this could be 1000 degrees salt water and it wouldn't explode. Provided it doesn't overpressurize. So we shouldn't have to come back and fix this. And it doesn't look like this is broken yet. Let's turn this back up to 10,000 and just see if it works. Oh, what a relief. It broke, but not in a way that we can fix. And we did actually manage to go in here and build these temp shift plates. So that is probably a good thing. It would be a good thing if I understood how temp shift plates actually work. Right, so next thing we need to do is we actually need to connect these up to some power again. So that is this wire. The thing is, if I let people out here, they're going to get scolded running through this corridor. I think I temporarily just connect the hydrogen and the coal back up to this, just so we have some power. It's going to overload some wires for a little bit. Actually, we're okay. Long term, I'm going to disconnect it, but obviously we need people to actually be able to finish the wires, so we're going to have to do that. Yeah, that should all connect into there fairly well. So then the next thing to do... I'll let people do this for a little bit. The next thing to do is to build thermoacrotuner for cooling the oxygen down here. And then to build some hydrogen plants in this spot here. Let's grab another sweetle. This room is actually looking quite empty now. But we are dumping more eggs in here, so that should be fine. We have about 90 kilograms per tile of hydrogen in here now. We're getting so much hydrogen. So this little guy got trapped. It's not ideal. Right, this is back to the full flow rate. Let's just check this is working quickly. It certainly looks like it is. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we fixed this. So long as this door does open again at some point, we'll be okay. Yeah, so it looks like it is cooking the petroleum, which is taking its time. I've got this set to below 600, so what should be happening Oh no, this one is below 550. Maybe I need to increase this temperature slightly. Let's increase it to 575. Because what I'm basically doing with this is I'm making sure the heatsink is like at that temperature as a minimum, because it dumps all of the hot rock elsewhere once it gets below that temperature. So that effectively sets how much heat is flowing into here. Yeah, the crude oil is flashing again now. Yeah, it's not quite enough. We're dumping the heat in there at a fair clip. I'll come back and have a look at it in a minute. I'm not 100% convinced it's working, but people should be building all this stuff again. It's good. We do have loads of plastic here as well, and I do appreciate that they're building these plastic tiles, because it means they will run around faster. I do really need to move this conveyor rail, because once we've sorted out the oxygen and the cooling for that, because we're just storing it in here until we can cool it. And also we haven't got the power properly hooked up yet, so nothing is getting power. But once it's all working, we'll get oxygen stored in here, and then we'll cool it, and then we'll pump it back into the base. And then we should be able to go up to 15 dupes here. I'm going to have facilities for 16, just in case we have a visitor. But I think 15 dupes will be the permanent resident count for this planet. And then once that's done, we'll start thinking more seriously about food again. Because obviously I don't want to keep importing sulfur here just for these random spindly grubfruit plants. We're out of fertilizer as well, which is probably fine. Yeah, it looks like this is slowly heating up again, so I think this should be fine. These sensors will tell me if the crude oil gets in here anyways, so I'm not too concerned. Right, so other things to do. Let's see. I do want to do more space exploration. So at the moment, we've discovered these 3 planets, but we haven't sent anyone there yet. I want to discover more of the points of interest. So what I want to do is I want to get the Large Petroleum Rocket functioning. And we do have 20 tiles of range on this thing. It's only got 1 solar panel and 1 battery. That might be enough. But I actually need to design the capsule in here as well. And I'm going to base it off what I've done for the steam rocket, which is on this planet. Except, this is probably going to be a solo vehicle, so I think I'll keep this set up like this. I'll probably keep a bathroom down here as well. Use the space a bit more efficiently. I'll take a quick screenshot of this, just so that I don't completely forget about it. But I don't think this 3rd rocket is going to look exactly like this. I don't think I'm going to put this here, though. I want to make this a pretty rocket as well, because this is probably the rocket we're going to get the Morale High Ground achievement in. So let's make the tiles out of gold. So airflow tiles. Oh, this doesn't need to be yellow alert. I think we'll keep the control station here. I think we'll keep the chute and the fittings here, or the conveyor loader. I like using a conveyor loader, and I think I'll put a pump here instead of a refrigerator. The problem with this is we need the refrigerator. We need the nice food for the trip, for the morale. we can put the mini gas pump down here because there's going to be less people. So let's see. Door could be anything. It's fine. I want to make a barracks in here. We could probably even give this guy a bedroom. That would help with the morale. Limit 1 per planetoid. It's interesting the tooltip says 1 per planetoid when it's a rocket control station. It's not on a planet. It's on a rocket. Yeah, so then conveyor loader. I guess I'll put the conveyor loader right by the entrance, actually. That probably makes more sense. Probably makes it quicker for people to handle stuff with. Let's make that out of gold. We'll keep the chute here. We'll make that out of gold. And the conveyor rail can just be cobalt, that's fine. So that can just go straight up like that. And then we need a switch. Oh, that's what. Hold on, that's why I had the conveyor loader up there, because we need automation wire. Because we're going to have a switch to turn. Wait, what's that switch for again? Let's see. Oh, the switch is for the refrigerator. No, that can't be right. That switch must be for the gas pump. Okay, I understand now. Let's think about this again. We need a mini gas pump at the bottom. That mini gas pump is going to be here, because we're going to have plastic ladder here. And the mini gas pump is going to be here. And that's what's going to get rid of our carbon dioxide. In fact, I'm probably better off rotating it and putting it like this. This is the first new actual rocket design I've done in a while. I really haven't done that much with rockets in this game. So we can actually put the switch for that here. So that can be made out of anything. So it can be made out of lead. And the wire can be made out of gold. So that'll go there. So let's see, we're going to have the conveyor loader here. That is going to bring stuff up here. I should unpause the game while I'm doing this. I have a bad habit of pausing a game because I actually need the dupes to do things while I'm doing this. This is a distraction task. So then we want a fridge. We need a fridge. That needs to be in CO2 ideally to store the carbon, to store the food in a sterile atmosphere. I think that's why we wanted this down here actually. Was indecisive, now not so sure. This is the whole process of me actually building this thing. Very annoying. So this is a decor thing. Which of these materials gives decor? Ceramic gives decor. Granite gives decor. Okay. So ideally, we're going to fill the bottom of the rocket with CO2 to keep the food sterile for as long as possible. And then we'll flip this on and drain the CO2 if it gets too high from people breathing. So what I could actually do is I could probably, instead of having a switch here, I could have an atmo sensor. Or not, no, a gas element sensor, that's what I meant. We'll make that out of gold. We'll put that there, so if it detects carbon dioxide here, it activates the pump. So we should get a nice stable 2-tile layer of carbon dioxide here. So that should be fine. It's gonna annoy me now. We'll do it like that. I want this to be as clean a build as possible. So put the conveyor loader there. The chute will go here. Then power control fitting will go over here. Pause. Yes, please pause the game. Please unpause the game for me. Does this have decor? This does. Let's make that out of gold then. I could probably move this up here then.
Thanks for the follow.
Hello, Hocus Pocusness. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate the company. We are having fun building a rocket. I haven't done very much of this, so I'm kind of just floundering around and hoping that I build something that actually works. How are you doing? Seem to be having some mild internet issues, but I think it's clearing up. So I want facilities in here as well. I want like a proper set of facilities. So I think I'll just copy and paste the bathroom pretty much exactly how I had it. So like this. Put the pneumatic door in. It doesn't matter what that's made of. And then let's see. Medicine. So we want a sink. Because I want this to be a functional washroom. That's the aim. And then a lavatory. No wall tile. No wall toilets in here. This is a premium rocket. Oh my god! Hello, Lawrence. How you doing? Good to see you. We're just having fun building a rocket. Actually, I might as well show off a few things while I'm here. Right. So yeah, this is oxygen not included. This is a game where you build a colony on an asteroid. I've kind of already mined this asteroid, so everyone's just kind of hanging out now, like little ants in an anthill. And they're mostly having fun. Like these guys are on the phone, these guys are eating some food. Got a load of fish. Got a load of fish in the fish tank. I got some plants. These are normal plants. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. This is, I mean, we've been on this. This is the furthest I've gotten this game, to be honest. And we're about 127 hours in. Thanks very much. Whiskers appreciates the follow. We're about 127 hours in, and we're 618 in-game days in. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. And then these are the transformers where we take all the power from different sources and feed it into the base. Like we have loads of wires, and there's a big thick wire that's really noisy that no one wants to be next to. So we've hidden it over here. And then all the other wires are coming off of it. And they're very messy. But it works. That's the important thing. And then in here, I've got all of my industrial sort of machines. So these generate a lot of heat. So what I do is I have them in a room that's just full of steam. And then they heat up the steam. And then that steam gets run through a steam turbine. And that keeps this room nice and cool. And of course everyone's going in it in special like oxygen suits. So they're not getting scalded by the steam. So yeah, there's lots of interesting engineering solutions to things in this game. Like we have a natural gas geyser here that's just erupting natural gas. And we're handling that with some power plants. Here we have a load of electrolyzers. So we're pumping water into this from across the map. We're separating out the oxygen down here, and then the hydrogen up here. Also, we've got someone who's idle. So someone trapped. I may have trapped someone. Also, this game takes like half a minute to like process each day now. It's great. Oh yeah, you're trapped because you need an actual ladder. Yeah, so let's build these ladders. I'm not quite sure how you managed to get yourself up here. You must have been like on top of this door, and then you built this tile, and now you can't get down. These guys trap themselves a lot. They are very dumb, but that is part of the charm. So someone will build these. You're fine. You're in a suit. You're not going to run out of air anytime soon. Yeah, so all the oxygen's coming down here, and then we're cooling it with this machine. So this machine cools the liquid and then heats up itself. So we've got that hooked to some steam turbines. And then we get nice cool water running through here that cools down the oxygen, because it comes out of the electrolyzers hot. And then that gets pumped all around the base. And most of that goes into the base, like just where they live. And some of it goes into the suits so they can go and explore and stuff. And handle all the stuff outside the map. We have some plastic tubes that everyone gets sent through. So where's Otto going? He is going up here somewhere. What is he doing? I'm very confused. There you are. So you're just going to grab some stuff. That's fine. We've dug up the whole map, so people are generally just trying to sweep a lot of this stuff. Yeah, we have 2 tanks here. We have one big tank full of oil and one big tank full of petroleum. And we've been refining that oil by basically pumping it next to a volcano, and it converts into petroleum at a certain temperature. So we're kind of heat exchanging here. Cold oil comes in and goes up, and then it gets heated into petroleum here, and then the hot petroleum flows back down and counterflows against the crude oil. So the petroleum comes out cold at this pipe. And then we use that for our petroleum rockets and stuff. And this machine has been an absolute pain. Like, this is the thing that I'm probably most proud of on this run, like me figuring out how to do all this stuff. Because, like, we have salt water coming in here as coolant for all the magma. We're condensing all the magma into rock, and then we're just shipping the hot rock everywhere to heat up the petroleum and then a few other things. So yeah, this broke earlier, but we fixed it again. Like, this seems to be fully fixed now. So I think I just needed to make the minimum temperature of this metal block 575C. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in this game. We filled most of the map with chlorine, as you do. We have volcanoes that randomly erupt with metal every now and then. So we've hooked them up to some steam turbines. And then once the metal is cooled down enough, it gets pumped back to the base. Here's a pink geyser that erupts hydrogen, which is very hot. So we've done something very similar here. We have a hot carbon dioxide vent here. And what we're doing with that is we've got a load of slicksters in here. And these are little critters that will eat carbon dioxide and turn it into petroleum. We need these in real life. Solve global warming, solve climate change, just genetically engineer critters to eat carbon dioxide and poop oil. That solves the problem. We need to do something with these, because we have a load of eggs that are going in here, but they're all dying. I need to fix this room. But yeah, likewise, we have some lizards up here. So these guys produce like fibers for clothes on their back, so we shear them. So that's how everyone gets their suits, because everyone's wearing like fancy suits. Max is just hanging out in the wind tunnel, so he's having fun. And then these ones produce plastic from their scales, so we can shear them and get plastic. But we were also just making plastic directly from the petroleum down here. So yeah, there's lots of things, lots of animals, lots of plants. We don't actually have too many plants on this map. We have a few in here, but they're growing occasionally, because we're getting cold water occasionally. I think this is actually where most of our food comes from. That's most of the remaining food anyways. And then, yeah, we've got some rockets up here. That's kind of what I'm doing at the moment. I'm doing a few other bits. I think we've actually hooked up all this power now, but it doesn't look like we've got enough power to actually run anything. I don't think we've connected... Oh, we have connected this stuff. This is the second planet, which we sent some people to in a rocket, and we're trying to get up to scratch. There's not as much stuff here, but there's not as many people here either, so that's fine. But we are kind of low on power. Let's see, what is going on with the hydrogen? So I disconnected this pump, which is probably why we weren't getting any hydrogen. Yeah, that should be fine. So we should be getting hydrogen power from that again. Oh, I also needed to actually hook up the freezer. Yes, Saf, we do have a freezer. So what we do is... This is a freezer you can set up like really early. So what we do is next to our mess halls... Nails, why are you asleep? Next to our mess halls, we have a liquid lock, which is just a blob of crude oil and a blob of petroleum. We just have a little column of carbon dioxide here with a chute where we drop the food. And then this is carbon dioxide, and we just have a gas pipe full of hydrogen that we're just running through a thermoregulator. So just a fan. And we've done this since about cycle 30. And we've just been freezing all the food in here. So that's what I do for that. And you can find that on my YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel where I upload all of the episodes, all the VODs of what I do. So that goes there. And that's been blown up quite recently, so that's good. I think it'll probably be like day 3 or day 4 we set this up. And I'm actually just about to set up one of these on the other planet as well. In fact, let's check where this hydrogen is going. So most of it is going in here. There's a little bit of hydrogen here. There's enough hydrogen there for it to run, so that's good. The rest of the hydrogen is trying to go up to this room, which we're trying to fill. But it should actually go into this loop first. Although what I am going to do is I'm going to cut this blob off, and we're going to remove this, because this isn't hydrogen. This is some kind of random gas that got in there. I think I have someone with plumbing skill here. I think I gave someone plumbing specifically to do this. Yeah, so Meep should come here and plumb this. Yeah, he's over there. Yeah, I like this game a lot. The design's very cute. Everything's sort of like cartoony, but there's a lot of really actual in-depth mechanics in there as well. So yeah, it's pretty much what I've been playing on stream so far. So that should have got rid of that. So hopefully we're going to start actually filling this loop up, and then we can start dumping all of our food in here on this planet. You've actually caught us at a good moment where we're setting one of these up. So you'll see how it flows through the loop, and hopefully I've done the loop correctly on this one. Yeah, so it's feeding into here first. Obviously that's hot at the moment. I'm presuming our friend got out of the rocket. Yes, they did. That's good. Well, we'll come back to this later. So hydrogen's going to go up there. It's going to exchange heat here, because all this pipe is insulated, so the heat won't leak out of the pipe here. And this pipe is radiant, so it will exchange all of its heat in this area. And then this sensor is set to detect whether the hydrogen is cold enough. If it's cold enough, it'll just run straight through the loop, and if it's not cold enough like it is now, then it will go into the machine instead and get cooled. So all of this hydrogen is coming out cooler than this hydrogen up here. And that will continue until the hydrogen is all cold enough for this to work. Although at the moment there's intermittent power, so it's not working 100% reliably. But I think we haven't quite hooked up all of this. That's why we're having the issues. This needs to get done immediately. In fact, I'm just going to priority 9 all of this, because we need to fully access this area for the next project that we're doing. But yeah, I hope I've managed to explain this game at least a little bit well. But yeah, I hope you're having a good evening. Also, we've got a load of water that just ended up here. I need to sweep this up. The dupes don't like getting their feet wet. We don't have everyone running around in suits on this planet. They're only going in suits when they need to go through like a super hot area. The rest of the planet is actually pretty habitable at the moment. So I do want to sweep stuff up. Because if the dupes aren't happy, they get stressed and they stop doing things. Like, they just do things on their own. You set them priorities of what to do. And they just get on and do it. Like these ladders are set to priority 5, so they'll do them eventually. Whereas these are set to priority 9, so they'll do them right away. And then you can each dupe has like a different has different skills and things. I need to give everyone skills. They're acquiring all these skill points faster than I'm actually dealing with them. But I'll skill everyone up at the end of the stream. But each dupe is good at doing different things. And you train them up, and the more skills they have, the more fussy they are about where they live. So if you want really productive dupes, you need to actually make nice planets for them. Oh, our printing pod is ready. Let's print something. You know what? I'll print some omelets. That sounds good. We'll just give everyone some more food. This freezer is not going to work until we've got consistent power, so I'll just let this run for now. I just set up today on cycle 350. I put food on a cool metal tile where only the auto sweeper can access, and it fills refrigerators where the dupes can access. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it as well. I like doing this because not too much heat gets exchanged through these little liquid blobs, and then it's right next to the mess hall, so the dupe can just wander over, grab the food off this ladder without getting wet when it's dumped in here, and then can just go back in here. But I like how there's so many different ways of solving problems in this game. Like, everyone has their own different solutions to things, and it's really neat. There's no like one best solution. There's always different ways to tackle a problem. Like take this metal volcano for instance. Like, what we've done here is we're cooling it with steam turbines, and these steam turbines are cooling themselves from their own output. So I've got a lot of them because there's relatively little heat exchange with the steam turbine output. But some people I know put a thermo aqua tuner in here, and they pipe cold liquid through here instead, and they have less steam turbines. So yeah, the heat can technically leak out of here. However, the amount of heat leak is very low because the amount of mass is very low to exchange heat with, and the specific heat capacity of the petroleum, the crude oil, is quite low. So there is some heat leak into the freezer, but in practice it's not high enough to matter. It probably means like a couple of watts of extra power going into this thing, but overall I find it acceptable. I also like it because I can just sit it here and it just fits in this nice sort of four tile wide block. Yes, you should actually be building these wires now. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these to priority 8. You can get these wires done first. Yeah, because we desperately need stuff powering. And these are actually the power source connection wires. Okay, so now that should all be hooked up. So now I can disconnect this wire. Yes. Why is this 4,000 watts? That is placeholder text. I'm seeing a little bit of placeholder text. Okay. So the batteries are loading now, so everything should actually be getting powered now. Yeah, this is all going up. So I think everything is actually going to work now. Why is this room not working? These guys are starving. There's not enough carbon dioxide in here. This thing needs to erupt again. This is why they're not doing stuff. We're not actually producing enough carbon dioxide to feed these guys. We'll solve that problem pretty soon once we start burning all this petroleum, but I just want to keep these guys alive for now until we need them. Okay. Yeah, I think this is all working now. So the next thing to do, I'm gonna hold off finishing the rocket because that's like a low priority job. We're gonna get the cooling working for this oxygen. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this be like an actual access ladder. So keep that like this. Then that will come down here. And then I'll remove this. And then this will be the ladder that everyone uses. And then we'll figure something out over here. But I think for now it just means deconstructing this ladder. There we go. Yeah, I use Aquatuner and some turbine for Iron Volcano, outputs metal at 20C, isolated, self-powered, and self-starting. Quite happy with that. Yeah, that's probably better than my system, because my system at the moment outputs the metal at 125, but I'm dumping it in a hot area anyways. I'm not too fussed about it, but yeah, it would be nice cooling this to room temperature. When I do the other challenge, the one dupe per planet challenge, I think I will need to do stuff like that. I'm going to need to be super good at automating things because there's going to be hardly any people to actually do anything. So I need to make all of my machines really robust so that they don't break. And I need to make it so that they don't require people constantly fixing them. Okay. I think you guys have deconstructed this ladder before you built this ladder, so you're probably going to be idle for a while. That wasn't particularly well planned out. I mean, I guess for now, just so that you guys can actually get around, let's also build this ladder here. There we go. In fact, actually, I don't need it all the way down. I just need it so that you can actually get off. That should work. Cool. Yes, you should be able to get down here, and then you can build this ladder afterwards. Okay, I guess you've got a little bit of... I guess we've got a little bit of time to go back to the rocket. So let's do that. So we got the bathroom in here. We need a bedroom as well with an actual comfy bed. So what do we do for that? We need 12 tiles, single comfy bed, no cots. So that's going to need to go over here somewhere. So probably like this. Let's see. And we need to have room for like we need to have room for the orbital data collection thing and a mess table. We could actually, are we actually going to have room for all of this stuff? So let's have a look at this orbital data collection thing. So that goes here, but we need the door to actually separate this thing off. So maybe we need to rearrange this a little bit. What I could probably do... There's a little bit of figuring out with this. I think there's going to be room to sneak a door here in with this as well. Can I just have it in the same room? Would that work? Because this could be the bedroom here. But then we actually need the mess hall as well. Oh man, this is going to be complicated. Let's see. Yeah, this is going to be really challenging. Because I need the mess table to be... Having a great hall is probably better than having a bedroom. Like if we go back to this rocket, this is a mess hall. What does it need to be a great hall? It needs to be 32 tiles. I don't think we're going to manage a great hall. The mess hall bonus is +3. And the barracks bedroom bonus is only... The difference is only 1. And we need 12 tiles for a mess hall. I'm certainly not going to fit everything I want in here. I think what I do is... Put them... if I put the mess table in here, will this still count as a mess hall with that machine in there? Because if it does, then I can just separate this off like this. Oh, there's probably something... Actually, there's probably something clever I can do over here. I mean, room-wise, how much room do we need? We need 12 tiles. We need 12 tiles for the barracks. It's definitely something to do involving the actual rooms. Like, what I could do is I could remove this. Remove that door. I can have this be the mess hall here. So we'll look. This may be the best way of doing this. So this space here would be... It would be at least 12. So if we put a mess table over here and we figured this out, that would work. And then this could be the bedroom. We wouldn't be able to make it a actually, it would have to be a barracks. We wouldn't be able to make it a comfy bedroom. And also, what I should do is, I should do this. See what happens if I put the mess table in here. God, I'm actually blind tonight. We need to make this out of gold as well. So then I just put the ladder, I just put the regular bed in here. So the cots. Because we'd only have one person on this rocket. It doesn't matter what we build that out of. And yeah, then this would be a separate room, this would be a separate room, this would be a separate room. So we get all 3 bonuses. We get the barracks, we get the washroom, we get the mess hall. It just depends what counts as industrial machinery. Like, this might count as industrial machinery, and if it does, then we're going to have to separate that somehow. Does the loader not count as machinery, or was it auto sweeper? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We just need everyone to build this stuff. Also, something's overheating. What is overheating? The door. Okay. Well, that's fine. We can fix that. We're not actually using this door or anything. Please load. Okay, there we go. Yeah, just deconstruct that. If we need to rebuild it, we'll build it out of gold. That won't melt. That won't melt. Yeah, I'm not sure. We can put the loader in this room, though. In fact, what probably makes more sense is just putting the mess table down here. We can fiddle around with this. We have space. If we're not actually building... Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so no industrial machinery. Something in here doesn't count. I hate that it doesn't tell you what industrial machinery is. So instead of doing that, let us come down here and rearrange some of this stuff. Because I'll keep the loader in its own separate room. What about the fridge door? Yeah, I'm removing that. We're removing that, and then we'll just have this room be the mess hall here. I'll go up to the ladder. Let's see, does that count as a barracks? It does. So this doesn't count as industrial machinery, so that's good. You know, now that I think about it, there probably is a way of getting a comfy bed in here. We're gonna be refining this design quite a bit, I think. I want to get this perfect. I want to be able to reuse this on future runs. So this will be set to carbon dioxide. And then this will be set to pump. I won't bother wiring everything up in a minute. If it doesn't count, you can put it in the bathroom. Yes, it's true. This is currently a washroom. It's the minimum size. Ideally, I would like to keep it like this. Also, who's trapped? No one's trapped. They're all just being dramatic. Yeah, let's try putting the mess table there. And then putting the door here. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of wasted space here. I think there's probably a way of fitting a comfy bed in here. Let's see. Because this room now is 17 tiles. So that will count as a... That will count as a mess hall. We're not going to have the tile count to make it a great hall, which is unfortunate. Okay, here's an idea. We don't actually need all these tiles. What we do is we seal that off. We deconstruct these. People can still get through this door here. Then we deconstruct this. We put another... This is really higgledy-piggledy. I would like to have the comfy bed in here, if I can. first 2 tiles are full of carbon dioxide. They should be fine, because they'll grab the food, they'll eat it, and they'll eat. Like, the eating is gradual, so they'll eat, and then they'll recover breath, and then they'll drop the food, and it will still be sterile. So I don't think that should cause a problem. Yeah, let's rebuild this tile. And then, oh, this door will... That door won't work properly, will it? Because we need this to be floor for the thing to actually stay on. I forgot about that bit. Yeah, because this counts as industrial machinery, so we have to keep this separated off. Going to fit the comfy bed anywhere, it's going to have to be up here. So let's just put the comfy bed in here, because we know that's going to have to go in there, if we want to do this. We probably don't have to do all of this, but I want to see if I can. So that would need to be... This would all need to be tile. Oh, there's no way to get through here. Yes, they wouldn't be able to get past the bathroom. So that would work. Okay, that's not going to work. I can probably just put the door here. I mean, let's see. This is currently... That would be 12, so that would be big enough. If I deconstruct these, I could put the door here to separate these, and then I could probably put another tile here or something. I think there is a way to do this with the comfy bed. Let's keep trying. I wonder if the rocket control station counts as industrial machinery. It really isn't clear what does. Gas pump? Why is the gas pump overheating? This one? Oh, because it's not made out of steel. I mean, that would have been a good idea. Also, we're ending up with a lot of oxygen going into our hydrogen place. It's not good. And this loop is just hydrogen, so that's good. I need to disconnect this again, hold on. Actually, let's fix this first. So I want this to just be hydrogen. So I think I'm going to bring this a little bit further down. Like, we'll put it like... Maybe we'll put both of those in there, or we'll put an AND gate in. Because I do just want it to be hydrogen here, but I don't want to actually bother filtering it. So that should be fine. Then... just go up there like that. Actually, let's keep this running while we wait. We need to let people in again. So we'll do it there. And then we need to rebuild this out of steel. Because we have steel now. Yeah, in the meantime, I think you guys have finished all of this, so you should hurry to do this. Yeah, people are on their way now. We'll get this fixed first. I have a nice little puddle of liquid sulfur underneath the hydrogen vent. That wasn't supposed to happen, but I guess it's not causing any problems. Yeah, Amari's on his way. I need ammo suits down here. These guys are scolding. I mean, at least that won't cause any issues for now. Yeah, we need an atmosuit dock down here. Well, again, we have atmosuits now, so we can do that. There's always more stuff to do. So let's just do this. I'm not going to make this very fancy. We just need to get people to do it. I'll put 2 in just in case. Hi Lightning03, thanks for the follow. I appreciate the company. I just like playing games, and it's always nice playing games with people watching. I'm glad I can help. Yeah, I just took this in like this. And perhaps also a filter. Yeah, maybe I should just put a proper filter on this. I don't know why I'm trying to be sort of like cute with this. I could just vent the room and then not have this be a problem. We'll build the docks first, and then we'll just actually sort this room out. Like, we have the resources now. Like, let's just do that. Also, I need to remove all of this stuff. That's our oxygen pipe, so we'll just take that straight across. Let's see. Yeah, I can just go like this. Actually, you know what? Let's bring that 1 higher. Cancel that. We'll bring that over here instead. You meant the logic gate filter. Yeah, I mean, we don't even need to do this. The only reason I'm doing this is because there's some oxygen in here. But what I should just do is I should just pump all the gases out and then just let this room just fill with hydrogen. Because people shouldn't be coming back in here. In fact, if I really wanted, I could put like a proper actual liquid lock on this as well. Maybe I should just do that. Also, I want to prevent the heat from leaking out of here as well, so that's probably a good idea. I think I can fit... Can I fit a liquid lock on here? I can tile these. I can put a liquid lock here. We'll build the suit docks first. I think we do have some extra suits over here. We have 2 extra suits. So we'll get those done. Then we come do the other thing. Just very quickly, let's just check the petroleum boiler. Yeah, this is still working. This hasn't broken again. That's good. Yeah, let's get this actually done. This is overheating. Why did I make this out of lead? Also, it's really hot down here. Oh no. Yeah, I forgot to heat seal this, so heat has been leaking out from over here. That's not good. I mean, this volcano is heat sealed. This bit, not so much. So, there's been a lot of heat entering the base through here. Okay. Right, let's make this out of gold instead of lead. Lead is very abundant, but it sucks for making anything that overheats. Stations, we need a checkpoint. That needs to be made out of gold. It's fine. Considering the heat is transferring out anyways, I'm literally just gonna... I'm just gonna deconstruct these. These aren't doing anything anymore. If we let a little bit of hydrogen out, it's just gonna float up to the top of the map, so I'm not super worried. We just need to actually put a functional liquid lock in here. Yeah, we need this pipe building. So lots of things that actually need doing over here. But this desperately needs to be fixed. I've let this go for way too long without fixing it. This is what I meant on the previous stream where I said I didn't lay this planet out very thoroughly. Because when I first came here, I literally just sent 1 dupe through the teleporter, and they did all of the stuff that was on here until very recently when I sent the rocket over. And it shows because everything was built as simply as possible with minimal actual functionality. So we need to fix everything. Yeah, we just need the heat to dissipate. So we'll let people through there, and then we need to set up the actual... Oh, I'm going to need to put blobs of liquid in, aren't I? Yeah, so... Let's see... I think what I'll do is I'll actually give myself a little bit more space. And I'll put in an actual liquid lock. Like a real one. Instead of a fake one. Yeah, I don't need these obsidian tiles anymore. I don't know why I double layered this. So we'll fill this with liquid. And then they can get in there. That liquid vent I can remove. And then I'll put the actual checkpoint in here. Yeah, like this. Yeah, that wire would go like that instead. Then that can go like that. Right, so this stuff is all priority 9. There isn't anything else priority 9 over here. You're just having a fun little jog. It's fine. So yeah, people should be getting on with all this stuff. But yeah, I'm going to need to keep an eye on this because the chance of people getting scolded working on this are quite high. Because this hydrogen comes out of 500 degrees C, and the dupes will get scolded if they get above 75 degrees C. I mean, it'll take some time for the heat to transfer over. So they're alright going in here for like a little bit, but the longer they're in there, the worse it will get. Actually, no, the dupe doesn't need to heat up to 75. They literally just need to be standing in an atmosphere that's consistently like 75. So if you're standing in it for a little bit, I mean, this is just below 75, but it'll heat up again when this erupts. We need to get this stuff done very quickly. Yeah, I'm glad everything's working correctly because, yeah, OBS updated and it changed a few things. I was worried that some of my audio settings might have got mixed up or something, but I think everything's working correctly. So we're going to fill this with liquid, so we need the bottle emptiers. Let's make those out of granite. I would make them out of ceramic, but we don't have any. I'll deconstruct this one eventually because it's going to get too hot. And then that should be fine. Actually, why did I... shouldn't have deconstructed that one. This should be fine. There we go. Yeah, so here comes the hot hydrogen. Let's see how quickly it takes for someone to get scalded. You know, at the moment you're okay. But pretty soon it's going to get too toasty. You're going to get too toasty up there, definitely. Yeah. Well, hopefully you can get this finished. We're going to need some hospital beds as well. Maybe that's what we can put. We can just put one here for now. Order of operations. I should have built the... I should have built this stuff first. It's fine. Okay, Gene, you need to get out of there now. Like, right now. Why are you hanging around? Why are you hanging around in there? Literally, get out of there. Okay. Acceptable. Right, we should be able to get a suit hooked up now, so I don't think anyone else will get scolded. Blimey. We're okay. And then what I'll do is I'll put a door on here. Just so that we can make sure that, that will need to be a different material. That'll need to be steel. Just so we can tell people to go in here or not. Yeah, these are filling up fairly quickly. So that should be good. So we're going to fill this tile, and this tile with liquid. And then because of the way the liquids pour in through this gap, we'll form a vacuum in here. And then there won't be any heat leak out of here because these tiles are insulated. This won't exchange any heat, so we don't need to worry about this. And then it won't leak through the vacuum either. You guys are in danger. And then we can actually just build the stuff in here. And I'm just going to remove all of this automation stuff because we're literally just going to build a filter on it and filter out anything that isn't hydrogen. Because we shouldn't get any other gases in here. I've been dumping heat into this material for quite some time. I would set up like a proper hydrogen tamer. Because we need to get this heat into a steam turbine eventually. I don't want to combine it with these steam turbines because this iron volcano already produces so much heat when it's active. It's probably going to overwhelm these. But this is also where we actually access this thing from. So I don't want to put the steam turbine stuff here. We'll just let it keep dumping its heat into this area for now. Yeah, these people are in suits now. So, gas pump, make that out of steel. What I will do is, instead of having that pipe go there, I will have... I'll have a shut off. So, we will do... Now, there's two ways of well, there's a few different ways of filtering gases. You can build a gas filter which does it automatically, but it takes a lot of power to run. What I like to do instead, once you get automation and refined metals, is a shut-off based thing, because it takes hardly any power to actually run. So we'll put a gas element sensor here, and then we'll put a shut-off here. And this will be made out of steel. So if the gas element detects anything that isn't hydrogen, it will be set to go through the shut-off. It will come out of this pipe, and it will get vented over here. But if it is hydrogen, then it will go out of this. It will bypass the shut-off and go through here instead. So to do that, we will need automation, and we will need to send this through a NOT gate, because we're telling it to shut off. To activate the shutoff only if it's not hydrogen. There we go. And then that will require some power. I don't know why the power icon for the shutoff is bigger than all the others, but it is, so there we go. And that's certainly better than what we had before, but ideally I'd like to stick a steam turbine in here or something to absorb all this heat. Because at the moment all this heat is just going to build up and dissipate through the map until we deal with it. But at least it's not going to go directly into the base. It's going to come out like down here, which is better. I have to find there's usually a difference between like building a perfect solution and building a solution that actually works when you need it to. Because stuff takes time to build. And sometimes solving a problem faster is better than solving it better. But you do need to build a better solution when the time actually comes. But yeah, this should work just fine. How's everything else going? Got plenty of food. Food here is at about 2.7 million. So it has gone down a little bit. But I think we are breaking even with 40 dupes. So that's fine. It hasn't changed significantly. And we've got 50,000 calories here, so that's plenty. The freezer is actually cold now, so we can start dumping food in here. I haven't got like a permanent food source yet. This is what we're doing for food at the moment. I could get some auto sweepers for that. I think what I'm actually going to do instead is I'm just going to build a fridge and I'm just going to not power it. And I can dump it in the fridge. That will do. So I'll check on that in a minute. Doesn't this cause issues if one of the lines backs up? Yes, you're correct. It can cause issues if the line backs up. So this one won't back up ever. If this one backs up, then that means... If this one backs up, it's fine, because this is where it's getting sent out of. I think it's only if this one backs up that we have the issue. And this one won't back up, because eventually it's just going to stop running. We're not actually putting any more gases in this room. I just want to get all of these existing gases out. So eventually this will stop running anyways. So we don't need this filter to run forever. It'll just run for like 5 cycles probably. In fact, I probably could have just put a regular gas filter in there. But I don't know. It's fine. I also learned this other trick with a gas meter valve and a small loop of the gas which you want to filter. Yes, I have seen that trick. I have seen that trick in other people's playthroughs. I haven't done it myself yet. Maybe I should do it at some point. But yes, I haven't done it yet. So let's just store everything edible in here. It looks like, yeah, people can store stuff in here even if it isn't powered. So that's fine. We'll just use this instead of a ration box, and that should solve the food for now. I'm not going to bother setting up auto sweepers to go in the chute until we've got a permanent food fix, because this is not permanent. But anyways, on that note, I'm going to go and have a break quickly, but I will be back in like 5 minutes. Oh, there we go. There's some fish. Excuse the slight sloppiness. But yeah, I'm usually streaming this game Monday to Friday, 7 to 11 GMT. It can vary. The best way to know for certain when I'm playing this is to follow, and you'll get a notification whenever I go online. Or you can join a Discord, and I'll let people know via there. We also share like oxygen not included tips and memes and just funny stuff there. So feel free to go there and have a look. But I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Oh, before I go, I also have a poll. I'm trying to decide what to do for my next playthrough. So I've got some oxygen not included options there, and I've got some other games as well. So feel free to have a look and vote if you want to see something else out of me. But yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Hello, I'm back. I'm back. And I figured it was a good time to feed the fish, so I'm going to feed the fish too. So you'll get to watch. Right. I'm going to feed them some algae wafers. Just some little ones. Some Hikari micro wafers. Sponsored stream. Yeah, they love these little things. They've got little mouths, so it suits them quite well. There you go. There's Whiskers. Yeah, they're enjoying that. Right, there we go. Job done. Alright. Back to the game. Okay. There we go. So yeah, let's get the oxygen out of this room. And then we'll just get the hydrogen hooked up. Yeah, the steam turbine for cooling everything will go here. But we need to we absolutely need to fill this liquid block to stop the heat leaking out this way. I mean, to be fair, these coal generators are probably producing a lot of the heat as well. So that's probably not helping. But hopefully eventually we'll stop needing these. I could probably get some solar panels set up over here if I actually grab some glass from the other planet. That would be a good idea. Yeah, let's set this to hydrogen. This wasn't going to run for very long. I probably should have just used a regular powered filter. But whatever. It's probably going to take more time to actually build this thing than to actually... than the power it would take to actually run the regular one. Oh well. So we're on cycle 622. I'm probably going to go for at least another hour. Because it is the weekend after all. I haven't actually got anything I need to do tomorrow, so I'm probably going to go for a little bit longer than I normally do. And I also kind of want to make up for not streaming on Wednesday and Friday. Because life got in the way. You picked a very poor sleeping spot. You can go in the thing. Yeah, there you go. And we got something from the pod, so what are we going to print? I think it usually makes sense to print on this planet. Got some ice. Let's print that on the other planet. And then I'll just melt and we'll just do something with the water. I don't think I want any of these dupes. I will start hiring dupes again once... Actually, you know what? I needed a decorator for the other planet. Maybe I do pick a dupe. Let's just go have a look. Who's actually on the other planet? Skills-wise. I think I actually gave someone decorating already that doesn't normally have it. I think it may have been... Gene. Yeah, I already gave him decorating. It's not like we need someone to consistently do it, we just need it occasionally. Excuse me. Yeah, we'll just go print the ice on the other planet. I can melt. There we go. So yeah, we should get mostly hydrogen out of this to start, because it all rises up here anyways, but then eventually we'll get the oxygen and we can separate that back out. Probably need more than one bed. We can put another bed here. That's fine. One bed is slightly higher than the other. That's not going to cause a problem. I'm tempted to speed to it, but I know people are doing something on the planet, so I don't really want to speed to it and make them work less efficiently. Oh, poor Gene. He's gonna be coming in here all wounded. Although, interestingly, he doesn't have the... Oh yeah, he does have the wound animation when he's in the suit. Feels bad, man. Yeah, it's good that you're grabbing all the sulfur. We are still going to rely on that sulfur for now, just to feed all these plants. So you guys are actually queued up to build these, aren't you? You are. Right, Gene can go in this one because he needs to rest. They're all very injured. They get to hang out next to the oxygen machine and the little toothy buddy. Oh, that's actually a stone hatchling egg up there. That's neat. I'm planning on doing stuff with stone hatches later on this planet. Eventually I'm going to feed them all the magma, igneous rock from these volcanoes. And that's what we're going to do for food here. But that's going to be a while. But it is good that we have an egg here. Just randomly. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do on this planet. Right, let's start dumping liquid in here. So this needs to be oil. And we do have plenty of oil. The reason I want it to be oil is so the hydrogen doesn't boil any water we put in this lock. But we did send some oil over via the teleporter, so it should be fine. Okay, so that should be working now. Let's see. Yeah, so the shutoff isn't working because it is detecting hydrogen. Yeah, let's load these both. In fact, I'm going to make these yellow alerts just because I really don't want to miss this. I also don't just want to hang out here forever. But yeah, eventually what I'll probably do is I'll probably just put metal tile here, a little steam bubble here, and then a steam turbine. And then we'll move the gas pump down. But this will work for now. Yeah, so Nicola is on this. Where is he? He's there. I desperately need to move these metal chutes as well. Yeah, you're almost here. How much oil did you pick up? Please tell me you picked up more than 3 grams of oil. Yeah, that's good. That will do. You don't need a huge amount of liquid. You just need enough so that it forms the 4 tiles initially. Because the gas won't be able to get past this liquid. And then this liquid will clear and it will form a vacuum. That's what you're looking for. And then we can deconstruct this because that's gonna overheat from the hydrogen pretty soon. But yeah, this is done now. So we are getting reliable hydrogen again. And food is in here. And that is... yeah, that is frozen, sterile atmosphere. So all this food is fine now. I'll have to remember to put refrigerators unpowered in here. Because it is convenient for storing just a little bit of food. Or telling people to manually deliver food there. Okay, So we can produce excess food now. That's good. Right, power-wise, we're okay. Yeah, this is the next thing we need to do then. So, let's just deconstruct these random bits. Are we still in the process of pumping this water over here? We are. Water's coming out of here, water's coming out of here. It's going to take a while to send this all through. We are consistently electrolyzing it all, and it is getting stored in here. But it's going to take a while to drain all of this water. So let's see. Where would we fit everything? I think I would just literally put it directly... Maybe I'll leave one tile clear. Yeah, I'll leave one tile clear. We'll put the steam turbine there. And then we'll need insulated tiles. So we'll just do the usual for these. I like to put a little bowl empty here just so I can dump some liquids here. The steam turbines here are going to be self-cooled. Where is this water pipe going? I'm going to want to move that water pipe. That's literally just sending water from over here, so... If I just send it this way instead, that would probably work a lot better. Yeah, build that, disconnect this. Deconstruct that. And then that water should all eventually end up going through here. And then we can deconstruct this. In fact, actually, let's just very quickly do something like this. Okay, that's really weird. Now this is working. That's very weird. What about now? Yeah, now this is working as I intended it to work earlier. What a weird fussy pipe. So that will eventually drain this. With pipes. Put the yellow alert on. Oh. Yeah, that doesn't need to be a yellow alert anymore. We're done with this. That hydrogen is going to be hot. So we are just... this probably needs to be an insulated pipe then. Yeah, let's insulate this pipe. I mean, do I actually need to keep sending it over here? Probably not. Let's cut this off for now. I think we're done dumping hydrogen over there. We'll want this one to keep running. So we'll insulate this. Just this bit though. We don't need to insulate it inside the hot room. In fact, this is actually insulated tile, so it shouldn't be conducting that much heat anyways. So we probably only need it for that little bit there. That's fine. Hello, game? Game? Thank you. Bridge has lower priority than output, doesn't it? It does. It was behaving differently earlier for some reason. Now it's behaving normally. Like, it's behaving normally now, like I expected it would, because we've got two pipes here. It's trying to go up here. I swear, like, once you've learned how the pipe logic actually works, it's like half the difficulty of this game. Because once you know how pipes actually work, and you can do it consistently, you can basically set up whatever you want. But if you don't know how it works, you're just really stuck. It's going to take a while for you to build all those things. And then we're going to build the thermo aqua tuner down here. So, let's see. I want to dig this out. Probably gonna have to be careful with this. I don't want to let all this water just flop out over here. But I do want to actually get this built. And also, I'll make this a mesh tile so we can drop liquids in here as well. Yeah, it's good that stuff's getting done. I feel like we're progressing at a decent rate again. So why do I still have a filter on this? I still have a regular powered filter on this, so I should not. We're not helping our power needs. In fact, actually, what gases are around here? Okay, we do have some polluted oxygen over here. But it's just polluted oxygen. Well, there's a little bit of hydrogen over here as well. I don't know. I should have replaced that a while ago. What would this buy? Nothing. We're okay. The only thing is, I don't want to really break this until we have the SPOM oxygen working and cooled, because I don't want to lose access to the suits. Also, I clicked the wrong button. Yeah, we keep deconstructing this as well. That's fine. So we can just set this up exactly the same as this one over here, except this thermocratune will be going... This one will be going over here instead of this one, which is going over here. It will literally be exactly the same setup, which is amusing to me. Yeah, this should be good. Only caveat is... Actually, if I deconstruct this, and then I build this one here, we should be able to get in, and we should have like a layer of water here, which will turn into steam. So we could probably utilize this water just hanging out here for our own benefit. Also, the chances of someone getting trapped by doing this are like 100%. Yeah, that water's actually leaking out now. But we could probably stop it in a reasonable time frame. If we, yeah, deconstruct that, build this. This needs to be yellow alert now. Because otherwise this water is all just going to start pouring out of here. And I don't mind if it goes in here, and I don't mind if it goes down here too much, but I don't want to waste the water. So let's seal this back up. Yeah. And then let's make this a mesh tile for now. And we'll let some oil in here. And again, I like doing the oil in here just so there's a liquid conducting heat with the equipment. Because liquids conduct heat a lot more efficiently than gases in terms of thermal conductivity. Because the oil has a thermal conductivity of 2. The steam has a thermal conductivity of 0.0... Oh no, hold on. 0.184. So it just helps keep the machines cool. This one produces so much heat, you want to keep it cool. I mean, in this room, like, there's enough steam pressure, and it's made of steel, so you can probably get away with it. But it's just good practice to have a liquid down here in general, and then have the gas just up here. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of water in here. Which is fine. That's not actually a problem. Yeah, I'm playing with the fast track model at the moment, so that is helping speed the game up because we have, well, I mean, get more frames per second because we have 50 dupes and there's always a lot of stuff happening on this planet. Like there's always a lot of animals running around, a lot of liquids being pumped, a lot of just machinery working. So it got quite slow, but since I installed the fast track mod, it's really sped up again. Yes, Saf, that is also correct. It is handy because it means you can just pour the liquids in and then it automatically pushes all the gases out, so you don't need to actually vacuum the room. Also, we have a load of water in here. We have like 800 kilograms of tile of water in here. I don't think it's actually going to cause a problem, but it's more than I intended to put in there. It's going to take a very long time for the thermal actuator to heat this up. You want a minimum amount of water mass in here to add heat capacity to the room. I don't think there's really a maximum unless it gets so large that it literally like pressure damages the tiles. Gases won't ever do that, only liquids will do that. So this is probably about the maximum you'd actually have in here. Anyways, now that we've got the transformer spine, we can actually hook up the thermal actuator to its own line. So that'll be this one. We're also running out of lead, so I need to actually grab some things. Also, I need to bridge these all immediately. So that could be a yellow alert. Because otherwise we're probably going to run out of power for the suits. Or something. Let's see. I can go... This does not need to be yellow alert, this one. I can go like this. And I think you can reach all of that just from this ladder, so that's fine. Yeah, I think this will be okay. We need to sweep all of the stuff over here as well, but people are grabbing it and putting it here, so that's good. Because we'll need to build all of this stuff before we actually... let me just deconstruct this pipe. We need to build all this stuff before we seal this room off, because we're not going back in this room. And we're not cooling down that much oxygen, so I think the one turbine should be fine. This isn't going to be running continuously. This is going to be running less than half the time, I imagine. If it doesn't, and there's too much heat, then this will overload. But I think we'll be okay. Like, considering the low output of the two electrolyzers, it's probably almost at a case where you could use thermoregulators for it, but I don't know. It's right on the cusp. The aquatuners are technically more efficient, so might as well just use one of those. Also, we need to dump some more polluted water up here to put in this loop. So that means I'm actually going to need to pollute some water, which means the bathroom loop is temporarily gonna get diverted over here. This is probably very stupid. Actually, can I even pipe this through reasonably? I probably can't. I could dump it here and then we could pitcher pump it. Although people actually can't get in here again, can they? Ugh. Right. I could dump it in here quickly and then we can pitcher pump it. So this bridge, gonna very temporarily reverse this bridge. And all the bathroom output, instead of going through the sieve, we're just going to send it into this tank. And then we'll pitcher pump it out. And then we'll leave the water in here because this will stop it from off-gassing. This pump, I don't think we ever built this. This just generated with the map. So this shouldn't do anything. Yeah, this should be fine. But we do actually need to deconstruct this bridge. And I also need to remember to reconstruct it when we're finished with this cooling loop for the oxygen. Because otherwise, I'm going to have some bathroom accidents. What are you doing, Whiskers? So, this silly sausage right here, like I caught her the other day, she dug her head straight into the sand, and she stayed like that, vertical, for like 5 minutes. Like, she is such a silly sausage. Extremely silly. Sorry. Right, let's build this. Yeah, that should give us the polluted water we need. We'll only do this temporarily, because otherwise we're going to run out of water in this part of the loop. Actually, I could rehook this back up. It's probably worth doing. We still need to remove all of this water, so we'll hook the input water back up here again. And the output polluted water will go here for now, just so we can pitcher pump it. And then we'll put it in there, and then that can pump onto the actual loops. So I'll deconstruct this, and then that pipe can go like this. And then we'll figure out something with that. Yeah, we got like an hour left. I reckon we'll get this finished in an hour. Overheated. What's overheating? Probably nothing. It was probably the wind. Yeah, we're not actually consuming that much hydrogen anymore. So we may not even need the filter in here, because it may be that it's the oxygen never quite gets pumped up there. New wire bridge is breaking. This one. It's actually okay because it's intermittently going red. Although this one probably shouldn't be going red. Why is this one going red? Because we've got 1200... Oh, because it's draining off the smart batteries. Okay. Well, I could solve that one. It doesn't matter if it goes red for like a little bit. It only matters if it goes red for a long time. So the problem is power is being stored up in the batteries and then being drained off. And that's what's actually overloading a transformer. But these are used to run these. So if I set those to a very low storage amount, it shouldn't ever overload this wire enough to cause any problems. Right, we need to build this. Why is this being made out of copper? We don't need to make that out of copper. Let's make it out of gold. No, we can make this out of lead, that's not a problem. May as well deconstruct this as well. And then the actual wire, the actual cooling loop. Let's see. So we'll set up the bridge like we did before. The cool stuff goes in here. Okay. And then I think we just send that back around here. This is going to be the steam turbine self-cooling pipe. So that will just go like this. So then we bridge this over here. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't need to do all of this. So that's currently bridging over there. Oh, no, I think we still need to do this, at least. Okay. Let's just do it like that. Let's not get confused. That will work. And then this is the liquid that needs to be cooled. So that will go up here. Well, that's the actual coolant liquid. So I'll go up here. Then we'll send this over here. We'll connect that over there. Then this will go like this. And then this will go back down like this. And then I can bridge like this, and then I can go there. Okay, that should work for the... So what's happening here is basically hot polluted water is coming in here. If it's cold enough, it will just bypass the thermo aquatuner. Because this switch, this temperature sensor will turn this on if it's too cold, or if it's too hot. If it's too hot, this will turn the thermo aquatuner on, and it will get aquatuned. And if it's not, it will bypass on this bridge. And the way it's set up here with the bridge means it will flow continuously regardless of whether this machine is on or not. So each blob of liquid will be tuned to the correct temperature at all times. And this one here, we're using it to condense the steam. This steam is coming out 110. So we're using this polluted water to condense it in here into water, and then we're pumping out the water. But this one, we're going to use it to cool the oxygen, and then we're going to pump the oxygen back to the base. And we can also use it to cool whatever we end up putting in here, if we decide to cool it. So what I could probably do is I could make a special room for the hydrogen power plants and cool that as well as the oxygen. Because the hydrogen power plants will produce some heat. They'll produce like 4 kDTUs. So that's not a lot, but like, it's a little. And we'll need some more of these, because we can run 3-ish hydrogen generators off of this. Maybe we'll just put 2 in for now, and we'll just put in another power transformer. So let's just hook this up like this for now. Yeah, I can go there. Pretty sure this ladder is going to stay here, so we can just build this out of plastic. And I don't think there's anything else that needs doing in this room. So once this is all built, we can seal this off and we can pour the oil in here. Yeah, I think this is going quite well. Hopefully we can get this finished today. I think what I'll do, I don't think I'm going to bother cooling the hydrogen plants, hydrogen power generators for now. We're just going to leave them out here in the air. Because they don't produce a huge amount of heat. It's going to take hundreds of cycles for that to be an issue. But let's see. I think I would stick... Yeah, I think I would stick 2 here and put a smart battery somewhere. That seems sensible. So that can just go like that. Run out of granite again. I don't know what... Well, I do know why I'm building this all out of granite, because it's higher decor value. But, it's probably not crucial. Why are you running on this? Because it's technically loading up the transformer. Oh, that's no good. You know what, I'm gonna turn these off. I don't think we need these anymore. Meep is just determined to run in them even though he's not actually doing anything that productive. There you go. Can we actually grab all of this? Yeah, we'll build that there. So this is 9 tiles wide. We'll need to put the smart battery somewhere else. I'll just put the smart battery here. That shouldn't actually cause any issues. We'll make that out of gold. And then, let's see. That wire can just go here. And then eventually we'll hook that up down here. I like to put in 1 row of consumers and run one row of consumer transformers and 1 row of producers, just to try and get everything balanced. Like fill up the wires as I need to. It doesn't always work out. Also, I need to get rid of these ladders here. It should be fine. Yeah, I hope you're all enjoying your Friday evening. It's actually got quite a lot of people here today, so that's pretty good. Like 300 kilograms per tile of oxygen here. We've actually got a lot of hydrogen stored up here as well. That's good. Loads of hydrogen. Nice pink gas. Not sure how pink hydrogen is in real life. The effect for the oxygen is actually kind of weird as well now you think about it. It's just got like blue dots in it, like to signify that it's oxygen. And then the carbon dioxide is all grey, like down here. Suppose that one makes sense. Chlorine being green probably makes sense. Natural gas being orange feels like it makes sense for some reason. Yes, we need to build these things as well. That should be fine. I guess I have given you guys a lot to actually do. Yeah, you deconstructed these ladders so we can start putting this stuff in. Let's build the wire as well. I've actually got enough lead. Am I going to need to send over some more lead? Probably in a minute. But if we're just using 2 hydrogen generators, we can hook that up over here. It's the easiest way of doing this. Oh, I know what the easiest way of doing this is. These joint plates actually let you pass wires through them, like regular wires. So we can literally just go like this and cheat. Aha. Oh, wait, no, this one. Do that. Neat, and we can access all of this. I feel bad though, we've trapped this Dreco in here. It probably is going to get trapped in now. Such is the way of life. Yeah, these plastic ladders will be good for everyone moving around as well. Actually, a lot of stuff to do here. While people are working on this, I'm going to go back to the rockets. So let's see. Where were we at? So we've got the door here. I think I determined that I needed to put... I need to put a floor here. Maybe not there specifically. But we need a floor with a comfy bed. We don't need a ladder here. That is not counting as a mess hall. There is industrial machinery in here. Damn, I thought we got rid of all that. Does the gas pump count? Ah, it's probably the gas pump. You really aren't allowed any industrial machinery in any of these rooms, are you? Ah, that's frustrating. I thought we solved this. So we can't have the mess table in here. I think we can put the mess table in this room. Yeah, because this doesn't count as industrial machinery, so I think we can have this be the mess hall. This could be the bathroom. And then... Can we fit a comfy bed up here and separate off this other stuff? I think what we would do is we would... Yeah, I think we would take this conveyor loader, we would just put it here. And then the chute would go somewhere else. Yeah, this is all priority 9, this is all on the main planet, so... People should come here fairly quickly. Also, we have something to print. What do we want to print? Thibbleweed seeds. That sounds good. I don't think I want any more dupes. No, I'm going to start thinking more dupes when we get everything working. People actually coming up here to do this. They are. There is Harold. He is a Harold. So we're going to move this here after all. And this chute, we're just going to put the chute here because we're going to want to dump the food straight over here. Seems fine. So that chute will actually go like this. Actually, this doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to do it like this. There we go. So, if we do that, that means we can deconstruct all of this stuff. And then we can put the comfy bed here. This could be a bedroom. And the power fitting needs to go somewhere. I really hope this power fitting doesn't count as industrial machinery. Must be built on the floor of a rocket interior. Has to connect to the rocket. So that can go like here, I guess. I will be very miffed if that does count. We need a mechatronics guy up here. I'm sad I can't put it here. What on earth am I going to put in this spot? Actually, you know what? Let's put this over here. Change my mind. That's fine. I guess I could put a crown molding there. I mean, it's kind of stupid, but I don't think there's anything else we can put here. No. There'll be something that we need to put there. Like a sensor or something. We'll just leave it open. We'll find something to fill it with. Yeah, let's deconstruct all of this stuff. So that currently counts as a mess hall. Yeah, so this doesn't break. This doesn't break. So that does stay as a mess hall. There's no way we have enough space to actually make a great hall anywhere. So a mess hall will do. So then we also need to deconstruct conveyor rail. It's fine. And then furniture-wise, put the comfy bed in here. And there doesn't actually need to be a ladder here. They can just climb up this bit normally. So that's nice. Because they can stand on the door here for some reason, and they can climb up here. So if I'm making that a bedroom, it needs a decor item as well. Ah, so we do need a crown molding. It doesn't need to have a specific decor. We can fit it here. And that will count as a decor item. Like the most underwhelming decor item possible. And then we've got some extra space here for something. What else are we going to want over here? This is actually turning into a pretty nice rocket. I'm mildly impressed. I think most of this is going to be fine. Because this shouldn't break. This room is 17 tiles. It's big enough to be a bedroom. And we could technically make this all out of wire. I'm just going to make it out of conductive wire because it lacks the decor penalty. So yeah, powered fridge would be a good idea. And then that wire can just go like that. And then the plumbing, it's the usual plumbing pipe situation. It's the exact same as the previous rocket. So let's actually just go copy paste that. I never actually tried this out because when we landed the steam rocket on the other planet, we forgot to fill up the water pipe initially. So everyone was kind of just pissing themselves on the rocket. So let's not do that this time. The water should last a lot longer with a single dupe. So we'll just make this out of regular granite, I suppose. And we want to use up as much space as possible. It's space filling curve time, which is ironic because we're doing this for a rocket, which is going to be in space, filling space. But that's not the kind of space filling that we're actually talking about. So this can probably go like this, and then the polluted water will come out here. So that can come out like this. I think this is how I decided to do it. You know, you're gonna have pipes full of sewage like pumping past the windows of your luxury rocket. That's absolutely how it has to be. Yeah, I think that fills up most of the space. We have like one empty tile here. The only other thing is, like, eventually a lot of this water, well, every day a dupe consumes 5 kilograms of water in the bathroom and produces 11.7 kilograms of waste. But because we're not cycling this, they're actually going to be consuming, let's see. Yeah. So this reduces 5 per use. So what's actually happening is we're consuming 10 and we're producing 21.7. So this bit here needs to be twice as big as this bit here. So I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off. Actually, we're going to rejig this a little bit. That's exactly what I just did, Matt. Congratulations. Let's see. Maybe if I do it like... Maybe if I do it like this. It's gonna be really annoying, I can tell. I don't think it's actually going to be possible to get it to go exactly how I want. I mean... maybe there is a way of doing it. I'm just being slightly dumb. Maybe I need to actually go up here. I've overcomplicated this. Oh. Okay, let's try something over here. Okay, so that's good for the water. Now, for this bit, I need to remove that notification. That notification isn't actually doing anything anymore. Ah, there's like a single bit down here that's just being annoying. I don't think there's actually going to be any way to avoid that. That little bit just being a nuisance. Well, I might as well just do it like this, though. Just leave the little annoying bit in the actual bathroom itself. And then we can just set this up in a very straightforward way. Also, I should have been paused that whole time. Ah, now we've got another one. Got a little squiggly. Maybe it's something to do with this bit over here. I'm probably just spending a load of time thinking about something that doesn't actually need to be thought about. I do occasionally do that. We can actually reach all of these pipe tiles, which is good. I was kind of worried we wouldn't be able to. So, this is an interesting problem to solve. So we've got two little bits here that we need to connect to the rest of this loop, and I can't for the life of me figure out how we actually do it. Because if we leave like a little bit like this anywhere, then we're kind of screwed. Actually, I probably am overthinking it. I can probably just do something like this. It's kind of ugly, but I suppose it technically works. That's kind of odd. You know what? I'm not going to think about this anymore. This is good enough. The aim is for this loop to take up twice as much space as the other one. That should be fine. Food is decayed. Wait. What's going on here? Why do we have a conveyor rail full of meat? What is going on? Right, okay. That's this conveyor rail here. That is going up here. And the... Yeah, so it should be going over here. Since these ones are empty. Oh, they were carrying something and it dropped off. No one ever ended up building this. Oh, okay. We need to rebuild this. They never finished the meat conveyor rail. Nice. So we probably have meat rotting on that line for eons. Well, maybe not eons, because we only built this room like 2 streams ago. How many guys do we have in here now? Oh, the number keeps increasing. The critters are multiplying faster than the plants are eating them. That's not exactly what we intended. But I guess it's okay. It's certainly doing more than just leaving them all over here. Right, this all seems to be done. Let's stop procrastinating. Dump the oil in here. And we actually do want to seal this all in, so let's seal that all in too. In terms of polluted water, we've been dumping the bathroom output in here for quite some time. We need to set this up again. So, polluted water. Drop all the polluted water in here. Yeah, because we need to fill this whole bit up here. So that actually needs to go on like here. So what we'll do is we'll send it through here. And then just put a bridge here. And then we'll deconstruct the bridge when it's all done. No, that's not what we want to do. That's the wrong pipe. That's the pipe that dumps in here. So we need to bridge this on here. There we go. And then deconstruct that bridge when we're done. Okay. So no one's going to dump the oil in a hurry. Yeah, they're going to take a while to fill that up anyways. Might as well deconstruct those pipes. Not a problem with that. Yeah, this is going pretty well. We built the comfy bed. That does count as a bedroom. Okay, there we go. So we've got 3 rooms. We've got a bedroom, we've got a mess hall, we've got a washroom. And then we've got the rocket control bit, which is what we need. It's probably about as good as it's going to get. Because this is all industrial machinery in here. I don't know what we're going to put in here. Pixel packs. I don't know. We could put some pixel packs in, actually. So these would be made with gold. And I think we would just do... Power connectors cannot overlap. Boo. Is there a neat way I can do these? So I kind of want to cram as many pixel packs in here as I can. What if I do it like this? It can't be built inside tile. Yeah, that checks out. This one would be kind of turning it on and off and flickering, which would be kind of terrible, but also kind of amusing. No, let's not do that. I could put them like that. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of having a single pixel pack flickering on and off. That kind of amuses me. We could put one there as well. And then it just leaves 3 gaps where we don't have them. Well, 4. It's fine. That will give people a lot of extra space. That one is actually powered. Oh, yeah, I don't want to actually power these. I just want to leave them dark. We'll do that then. Oh, and we'll send this wire up here. I want these to all be dark. Oh yeah, this one won't flicker on off because it won't be powered. That's fine. You just got to appreciate the dark, moody ambience of an unpowered pixel pack. Okay, hold on. Right, so the polluted water is going in here. That is currently working as intended. However, I kind of wanted to actually get the oil in here first. Because now we've got gas in here, we've got chlorine. Actually, I can probably get this to work. Let's see. We did not need to dump 283 kilograms of oil in there. Let's yellow alert this actually, because this is now running. If we put an airflow tile here as well, this chlorine should get pushed out. On load. But then the entire screen will be filled with red unpowered plug symbol. Maybe. Maybe. I'm prepared to put up with that. There is actually a mod that lets you remove notifications if you don't want to see them. I may install that mod. I am very glad that you can install mods in this game and it doesn't break achievements. Also, let's stop dumping oil in here, that's fine. We've already probably got too much oil in here, actually. No. Well, it's a lot. We didn't need to dump this much oil in here, but I don't want to get more of it out. But yeah, I'm very glad you can mod this game without it breaking achievements. So you can get like quality of life and just decorative mods, and it won't disrupt you doing the achievements the legit way. Yeah, because we put like 200 kilograms of oil in this one. I guess it doesn't... I guess it's not the end of the world. We're going to dump a little bit more oil in here from here, but that's not going to be an issue either. But the dupes just find the red unplugged pixel pack symbol just so appealing. And look at the decor in here. Like, plus 300 from all the pixel packs. It makes such a big difference to the decor. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. The only thing is, what do I actually fit in the rest of the space? Like, if this was going to be for more than one dupe, I could have more than one auto data collection bit in here. But that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. I could put a star map. I could put a star map location center in here. What does that do? Sends green signals at the chosen star map locations and red signals everywhere else. How does that actually help me? I don't know. You're building the mesh tile. Yeah, I'm trying for achievement in the base game, but I have 10 to 12 mods installed. Yeah, I love that you can do that in this game. Like, they recognize that like you're cheating yourself if you try and do the achievements with a gameplay mod. And they just let you do it. I respect them a lot for doing that. Yeah, so the chlorine has now been dumped. So now we can rebuild this as insulated. And that should work. There's a lot of oxygen here, so it's going to take a while to cool it all down. But I think we're pretty much getting there. Also, the next bit is the hydrogen plant, which will be made out of steel. So that can just go like this. And then automation wire here. That can be made out of lead. We're actually running out of resources here. I need to import some more resources. This could be set to 10 and 20, my favorite thresholds. These things. The wire is all built, so that should all be good to go. And then we shouldn't have to worry about power to ever again. So this is the hydrogen pipe. We'll just send that down here like this. That does not need to be yellow alert. None of this needs to be yellow alert. It's all good. Yep, this is all done. The oil should eventually spread out, so that should be fine. You can keep dumping oil in here. Although, there probably isn't a lot of oil left to dump in this bit, but whatever. And then we can actually start hooking up these oxygen pipes. So, where are they gonna go? Why have I got these as yellow alerts? God damn it. So we'll just bridge these over here. These vents turned off. And then we can start actually hooking up all the oxygen. Oh, we'll need these to be insulated pipes. I do have igneous rock, don't I? Yeah, I do. This is going to take a lot of igneous rock. Yeah, so I can go over there. This can go in there. We've got 2 oxygen pipes. And one of these I think I'll hook up to all the suits. And one of these I will hook up to the rest of the map. So that should connect all those. I won't plug any of these in yet. We'll just get them all built and then we'll figure it out. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think we're actually on track. I think we're going to have this cool oxygen. Yeah, because the oxygen is cooling down slowly. What threshold is this set to? Above 6.9. Send green signal. Turn this on if above... I don't know, like 20, 30? If it's above 30, cool it. That sounds reasonable to me. Actually, let's set it to above 25. That's probably better. Also, it's currently running out of power, so we do need these hydrogen plants up. Let's actually make all of this stuff priority 8 for now. I want to get the hydrogen power running first. Also, I'm going to be very silly. I'm going to move this hydrogen plant here. So it's symmetrical with the vents. Not a very good reason, but a reason. I can be very fickle sometimes. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so it's still priority 9. This isn't going to be super elaborate, but this will be enough to actually just get the SPOMs running. And I say it's a SPOM, but it's actually just going to be contributing to the base power. This water's heating up slowly, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. There we go. That will do. Oh, we can stop filling this. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, turn this off. Before we go, we desperately need to reverse the bathroom flow. Again. I don't usually like messing around with the bathrooms, but there wasn't really any way I could prevent it this time. Then we can cut this. Well, we can leave this hooked up for now. Yeah, these bathrooms haven't actually been getting any water. If I wanted dirty sea, couldn't I have just used the normal water? Yes. Yes, I probably could have just used the normal water. Realistically, we probably weren't going to be boiling this. Is there a reason I've used polluted water instead? I think it's probably just habit at this point. Maybe it has some other properties that are useful. I mean, one property it has that is useful is that it's a different color to the input water, so it helps me visually keep track of what liquid's in what pipe. It always helps. But yes, I probably could have used normal water for this. Specific heat capacity is the same. Thermal conductivity is slightly lower. Yeah, I probably could have used water for this. Oh well. We can deconstruct this bridge. I do like being able to see the cooling loops more distinctly from the regular input water. Yes, potentially not worth potentially disrupting our bathrooms for, but I don't think we actually broke anything too important. So polluted water will now come down, and then that'll go into the sieve. That should be fine. Then the excess will run off into the plants again. That's good. So this is starting to run now. So that should be helping to power everything. Oh, and we need this steam turbine to be hooked up as well. So I think I'm just going to connect that down here. So, oh, this is going to be a pain. You know what? You can just go on here. You're not going to get too hot. Let's go like this. Then we need a yellow alert these bridges. I don't know why. I thought the polluted water had different specific heat capacity as well. I thought it was slightly higher, but I think it's exactly the same. It's regular water. It's still the 4.179. I don't know why. I had it in my head that polluted water was 4.2. Not that it would really make any significant difference, but yeah. Right, these are running now. We need to hook these up immediately. That shouldn't leak any heat out of this. I think we're producing power faster than we're consuming it now, so these... The thing is, these thermal aquatuners are very power hungry. Once this oxygen is all cooled down, we'll be okay. It's cooling down. Yeah, the lower freezing point, the higher boiling point. That's generally why polluted water is used as a coolant. But for this specific circumstance, as you say, it's completely irrelevant. For this one, it is relevant because we're trying to condense actual steam. So I wouldn't want this bursting in the pipes. But yeah. I could have used salt water for this. That could have been amusing. But yeah, I think this is working now. We've got both these thermo aqua tuners running intermittently. Power's going up. Oxygen is getting down to a reasonable temperature. Got a little bit of hydrogen up here that we could probably tap into as well, but there's no need. So now all we need to do is actually build these pipes. Yeah, build these insulated pipes. And then we'll just hook this all up. So at the moment we're using this thing. So what we'd actually do is we would just disconnect this. I'm just going to disconnect it now. Haha. And then we just feed it on here instead. That would actually just work. And then we can finally stop running this after so many cycles. And then the other one we could just vent outside of base. Does it actually matter where? I guess not if we're just trying to pressurize the base. So I guess for now I'll just put it here. That does not need to be yellow alert. Ugh. I think I've overestimated my ability to stay up late. But it's going well. We're done. We're practically done with the objectives I set out to do today. So that's also good. I'll take some more gold. That's always good. Thank you. So yeah, we just need to build this pipe and actually get it working. That shouldn't be too long. We'll actually speak to it, maybe. Yeah, the rocket looks finished. I'm pretty happy with this layout. My only question is, what do I do with this space? I suppose what I could actually do, if I deconstruct this, I could put the door here and I could put a tile here so we can get through here. And then these are both floor space, so we can put something on this floor space. What would that be? So who's coming to do this? May and Harold. We put something decor related here. Oh, I know what we could do. We could put a marble statue here. That'd be fun. Again, the yellow alert is not quite needed on that. Yeah, we can start sprucing this place up a little bit. Put an arrow pot here. Yeah, so door here, airflow tile here. Oh, obstructed by back wall. Yeah, you need to remove the pixel packs first. You can put down the pixel packs after the fact, but it's quite annoying putting that sort of stuff there with pixel packs. So we need to deconstruct those. Also, just notice you're going to be sleeping right in the radiation path. That's not amazing. Right, so now we need the door here. In fact, if I have a door there, I can actually just remove this door here. We can put something else here as well. What do I even want to put there? I could put a phone. I could put a party line phone. That'd be funny. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, if the rocket is traveling, it'll be generating enough power to use the phone. So that seems worthwhile. Having a phone call on a rocket seems quite the cash money move. Make that out of gold. Yeah, I like it because it's like the centerpiece of the rocket as well. Even if it's not particularly practical. Okay, maybe there's a better way of doing that. What if... Yeah, there's probably no way of actually doing that well. That will do. Yeah, we need someone to decorate the marble block. I'm going to set this as a high priority errand because we have the more marble blocks, more marble sculptures mod. I actually have a list of mods here. I think I keep it up to date. Yeah, there may be one or two that I haven't added to that yet, but I generally tend to add them, and they're all really good, and they all don't interfere with gameplay. So I highly recommend them. Yeah, let's put the marble. Get this sculpted. Yeah, Pei is going to come here and sculpt this. The other thing I could do is put in like a manual generator. Like that would have actually made sense. I mean, how much power are we going to be consuming? Like, we'll be able to use this stuff while we're actually flying the rocket because the engine's going to be producing the power. Also, I need to hook this up. What's using 10 watts over here? The pixel pack. Yes, we don't want that. Yeah, it should be fine. Let's see what Pei produces. Oh, and the phone's ringing. Cool. What's the recreation room thing? So it has to be 12 tiles. No industrial machinery. Yeah, okay, whatever. Let's see what we get. You got like a little doge. Is that like a little doggy? Yeah, it's a little doggy with like bells and it's petting a smaller dog. I like it. It's like one of those sort of Chinese lion style things. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, there's a lot of decor in here. Fills all the functions. Oh, we need to put a plant in here as well. Let's put a spore kid in here. No, let's put a joyer in here. I think that makes sense. And then we actually need to fill it with oxygen. That'd be good. But we're gonna do that all tomorrow. So, and I'm gonna install the mod tomorrow that gets rid of some of these unnecessary notifications. So now let's go back here. There's a single pipe bit left. I was a fool. They're still building some of this as well, so we're not too late. We do have enough oxygen left in these suits to get the rest of this built, which is good. That would have been kind of annoying if I cut myself off at the last minute. Layra's just like, yeah, you're finishing the pipe. Good job. We're almost at cycle 630. It actually surprises me how far we get each time we do a stream. Because like we're only going like 15 or 20 cycles at a time. But something significant is usually getting done in that time. So that is nice. Yep, so now we just need to do... Oh, you could have done that the whole time. Okay, whatever. Who's going to build this then? You're the last errand left before I go to bed. I'll have to go find someone to raid as well. We've got plenty of people tonight. Amari, where are you? You're right there. Good boy. Right, so let's just check the pipes. So this is coming out at 24 degrees. It's staying pretty cool in the pipe. This is just hot oxygen that wasn't initially cooled. And that's all going to get dumped out here. And then this pipe is going to service all of the exosuits. And then this will overpressurize at 2,000 grams. So it should fill the whole base up to 2,000 grams. And then we can stop running the algae diffusers. Because we want to consume all this water. So we can disable these. I'm going to deconstruct these ones. Is there another one anywhere? I think it's just those. Yeah, I think we're clear. Oh, I had one in this bathroom as well. Oh yeah, I've disabled those. Those are the two we're going to keep just in case of an emergency. And yeah, we're getting some of the plastic beds done, that's good. So anyone who's in a cot gets a plastic bed. Nicola. It's fine. Yeah, we're really making some headway on this planet. Like, we've got centralized power now. All the power runs through one heavy watt wire, and then it's all circulated throughout the base. Got a fridge full of food that's being kept frozen by our little thermoregulator over here. Get bed space up. We did some stuff with the hydrogen bed. We'll probably do a proper tamer on this next stream so the heat isn't leaking out of this part of the map. That'll probably happen next stream. But the main thing we're going to do next week is actually start exploring the rest of space with this rocket. Yeah, I think we're done. Alright, cool. Let's save it. I'm not 100% sure what my actual thumbnail is going to be. I don't know. Because I did a zoomed out one the other day, so I guess we'll just do like this. Yeah, there's like plenty of stuff in there. Okay, cool. Roddy, thanks very much for watching. It's been really nice streaming tonight. I'm glad I actually got some time to stream tonight. Let me get the background music back on. Okay. Sorry, I'm being a bit slow on these transitions. But yeah, thanks for watching. It's really nice. I'll probably be back Monday. I may end up doing a weekend stream if I'm available, and I usually let people know about that via the Discord. Again, if you follow me, you'll know when I stream and do like a random ONI stream or maybe something else, but it's mostly option not included at the moment. Do have a poll about other stuff that I'm planning on doing, which is Subnautica Below Zero. We played the first one, and that's on my YouTube channel as well. And Stellaris and Dyson Sphere Program are also games I'm interested in. So expect to see those at some point. But thanks for hanging out, and I'll go find someone to raid, so I'll be back in like a sec. See you in a minute.